What's up everyone, welcome to Boosted Motorsports. Today's video, finally going to be getting to something that I have to apologize for. It's been a bit of a delay, just with other stuff going on. We haven't got the wheels on the truck, so that's what we're going to do in today's video. Finally put the wheels on the truck, and I want to go over a few more things, what we're doing, what we got going on, and there shouldn't be any more delay for you guys as far as getting underway, getting this thing kind of sorted out, getting all those poles in. There is some stuff going on that I want to cover a little bit later in this video as far as what we're going to be doing, because right now it looks like it's only making about 5 or 6 pounds of boost right now, which it should be making about at least 8. So I'm going to cover that stuff in the video a little bit later, but first let's get those wheels on and get these ugly ones finally off. So for those of you that are stopping in for the first time, we have the 24-inch HellCat replica wheels. They're 24 by 10s, and we have a, I keep forgetting the size of these things, I'm sorry guys, 305 I believe. Yeah, where is it? 35R, it's covered over on that side. I think these are 305s. I just got so much going on that yeah, 305, sorry, 305s. And I want to show you guys this too. I'm going to be using an electric impact gun, but for those of you guys that have nice wheels, you may have not seen these things. Just a floor jack, we're just gonna pop the wheel off. I'm gonna do one at a time. These things are pretty cool. Some guys know about them, some guys don't. It's not rocket science, but they are Teflon coated sockets. So what happens is, for those of you guys that have nice wheels like I claim I do, they don't scratch your wheels and mark them up. If you just use a regular socket, they're prone to getting chips and scratches. Whereas these ones, I don't even know which is the right size because I haven't used these yet. I think it's this one. Boom, there you go. So it doesn't matter so much on these wheels, but when you get into the nicer wheels where the lugs are recessed like that, it really protects things and keeps things from getting scratched or chipped and keeps your wheels pristine. So we're gonna be using that with the impact. Zip them on, or zip those off, zip these on, and it shouldn't take too long. I think, I'll tell you guys exactly how long it takes me with this method and this stuff, but I can't see it taking more than 10 minutes or so. So let's get it on and get the look that we had back on the truck. Alright, so as promised, the wheels are on the truck, and if some of you guys haven't been around for a while on the channel, these are my favorite wheels, in my opinion, of course, for my truck at the moment. I find that the silver color on my truck is pretty boring, and I feel like these color wheels definitely spice things up. So I like them. It's kind of hard to tell the color from here. It's probably a better representation. They're actually very bronze, and a lot of people have been asking me where I got them. I bought them used, exactly how you see them with the tire stickers already on them. There's a few different companies that make these reps, but I haven't been able to see, I mean, probably about a year ago, I saw the bronze 24-inch readily available, but now it seems you can only get the 24-inch in black. I'm sure you guys will probably maybe correct me and say you saw them somewhere, but I know the 22 is pretty easy to find in bronze, but the 24 is a little bit harder to find in bronze. If you guys haven't been able to tell, I do like bronze wheels on my cars or vehicles. So I got bronze on the Viper, and we got bronze on the truck, and I find that it accents it very well. We got the black, the red, the black, the red. Some of you guys weren't a fan of this, but we also have the black red badge, and it does make the truck look like it sits a little bit lower, like it's lowered. And if you guys can tell me what your opinion is, but once we throw that Beltec 2.4 on here, 2 inches in the front drop, 4 inches in the rear, it's gonna look pretty slam. So if we chop 2 inches out of this, I would say this is probably about 4 inches. So, or our fender is gonna be about here. It's gonna look very low. And then likewise in the rear, I would say maybe about 7 inches. So if we chop 4 inches out of that, the back fender is gonna be like right there. So it's gonna look pretty sweet. But let's get this supercharger stuff ironed out a little bit more, and let's talk about some other stuff. So what do we got? So in the last video, I gave you guys a clue on what the next mod was gonna be, and it was this thing. So this would normally have to be welded onto something, and that's where the next clue is gonna lead into, and then in another video I'll tell you guys what it is if you guys haven't guessed already. Some guys kind of guessed it right in the last video, but we'll keep you guys guessing just for some fun. So this is the part, and then this is what you would do with it. So normally or typically you would get somebody to weld this onto the pipe, but I just bought the pipe with it already installed. same piece, just already done. So that's what's gonna go on the supercharger kit, so you guys can keep guessing. Here's the stock wheels, and we're gonna do that. We also have some other cool stuff from JDM Star. They hooked us up with some light bars. We're gonna be doing a Silverado project, and also in this package here, we have rock lights. So we're gonna be doing some rock lights and light bars on an off-road oriented vehicle. Some people suggested putting it on mine, but I think the whole light bar look is more of an off-road look, so I'm not gonna do it on this one, but we're gonna do it on another vehicle just for you guys. And this one too, not Dodge specific, but I am gonna be showing a video of this. This is for that daily Jetta beater. I call it beater anyways, but it's a pretty new car, 2016. We have to replace the clock spring in it, so my horn and some other stuff, essential stuff. Notice how much you need a horn when you don't have a horn, but this is what connects anything on the steering wheel. So the airbag, the horn, any of the controls that are on the steering wheel, this is what essentially connects that, because you couldn't have a solid wire going from your airbag, your steering controls to the steering column, otherwise it would all get twisted. This essentially has wires twisted up, wound up in here. That's why it's called a clock spring, and that makes the connection. So I'm gonna show you guys how to install this. I don't expect you guys to have a Jetta necessarily, but I'm gonna do it anyways because it has to be done. And these things, so this is why I was saying, now that the wheels are on the truck, how essential these are. So this is a 22 millimeter. You guys can see that, 22 millimeter. And look at how tight this is. So it is very snug to get these OEM lug nuts in there. So I'm sure you could probably get different lug nuts that are a little bit smaller, but I really like the way they look and the way they fill the wheel completely flat. So I think it's a pretty cool look. And this gets it done without damaging anything. So that is about it. One more thing too, actually, since I have you guys here, is, I don't know if I can really show you guys, but at the back of the manifold, the intake manifold, you have the map sensor. I don't really trust the seal that's on it. There's 2 grooves on it, and I'll get into it in another video what I'm gonna do. 2 grooves on it, and you're supposed to put the O-ring from the factory map sensor on there. And in my opinion, it doesn't seem like it has the best seal, and that is actually critical, because even though I have the boost gauges, the computer, the PCM, the ECM, it relies on that map sensor, manifold pressure sensor, to know how much boost the supercharger is producing to have the correct amount of fuel and ignition. So if that sensor reads wrong, you could be reading, you know, 6 or 8 pounds on the gauge, but if the computer is only seeing 4 pounds or 5 pounds through that map sensor, it's only gonna add enough fuel for 4 or 5 pounds. And if you guys can think what that might lead to, it would be a blown engine. So I don't want that to happen, of course. So what I'm gonna do is just take an extra measure. I'm gonna go to Napa, get a few extra O-rings, maybe some thicker ones, so that that thing seems a little more snug. I don't know if I can extend myself in here, but I'll show you guys. That thing is like just fluttering back there. It's super loose and I don't really feel too comfortable with it. I do have another solution. A lot of guys are just cranking the crap out of their belt and tightening this so that it doesn't slip. And this is already pretty tight. It's like piano string tight. It's a little bit tighter than ProCharger recommends, which ProCharger apparently is telling people to tighten these past the recommended mark that they put in their manual. So I am actually going to be doing something to this pulley, and I'll fill you guys in on that video shortly, but everything's coming together. There's also some other belts. There's a new belt that was just released last year by Gates that I might be trying. First, I'm gonna do something to the pulley. I'm gonna send this off and have it serviced. So there's a company that offers a service. We send it out so that it makes it grip better, and I'll get into that in another video, but that's gonna be done. Lots of stuff on the way. So guys, like I said, or girls, there's gonna be lots of stuff happening, and that is just a taste or a teaser of what's gonna be going on. I know the videos have kind of been a little bit sporadic as far as how regular they are, but they are going to be flowing and coming regularly from now on, I promise. It's just a lot of stuff going on at the same time and a lot of planning to go into this. So we're going to get cracking on it. There's a lot to it, not just, you know, I wish I could tell you guys it's as simple as bolt the ProCharger on, get a tune, and just fly, but there's a lot more to it. If you kind of, I've done this a few times on different vehicles where you really have to be careful with it because you can blow stuff up pretty easy. So if you jump in it, floor it, and something's not reading right, or the tune hasn't been fine-tuned or dialed in, you can blow stuff up. I don't want that to happen, and I'm sure, I don't know, probably you guys don't want it to happen. There might be some weirdos out there, but anyways, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up for me. Make sure you're subscribed if you're stopping in for the first time, and if you are already subscribed, consider turning on that bell notification so you're notified of all the latest videos. But as always, guys, thanks so much for your support, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.